Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Welcome back to our 2 cents. We're doing it again here at Raxo Studios with your host, Oscar. Thank you for all your support. Welcome. Our 2 cents, WOscar.com, our 2 cents on all social media. Thank you for all your support. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to you, and it means the world to me. And it's free to you. Did I mention that? And also, leave a comment for the algorithm. It helps keep the ball rolling. We've been growing and growing and growing and growing. Thank you to all new and upcoming subscribers. Buzzsprout, let's get your podcast launched today. Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or, I don't know, maybe you think it would be a great idea to have your own talk show, program, whatever you want to call it. Podcasting is an easy and expensive and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online listed in all major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Within minutes of finishing your recording, podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, and the team of Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over hundred thousands podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Let's create something together. Following the link in the show notes lets Buzzsprout know that I sent you. Gets you a $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a paid plan, and helps promote and helps support our show. Thank you. Follow the link in the show notes. Happy National Reptile Awareness Day. Each year on October 21st, people across the nation observe National Reptile Awareness Day, created not only for reptile lovers to celebrate, but National Reptile Awareness Day also promotes education, conservation, and appreciation for reptiles. It is a day to learn about their natural habitat and the ecological threats that they are facing. Well, of course, if I was cold-blooded, I would be facing a threat. Happy National Reptile Awareness Day. Hashtag Reptile Awareness Day. A reptile is any amniote, I hope I said that right, that is neither a mammal nor a bird in between. A cold-blooded, I told you, we're being gender neutral, that's why I stopped myself from saying you guys. Is cold-blooded, has the scales and scute, whatever that is, and can lay egg on land. Scutes are the thick, bony, or horny plates which form the dermal layer of such reptiles like turtles and crocodiles. Oh, the scale, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I just said that, right? Scales or scutes. Scutes are like scales. There are more than 10,000 species of reptiles. The day promotes the wide varieties, their habitats, and how we benefit from reptiles too. They eat flies. Don't kill all those lizards. They will eat all your flies that are in your backyard. Those bisky little flies, boogers, whatever you want to call them. Flies. That's how they're called. Just call them flies. How to observe Reptile Awareness Day. Take some time to visit the zoo or don't harm the environment. Harm it as least as possible. Because with some way, somehow, we're always going to harm it. So just harm it a little bit less each time. Congratulations. Hashtag happy National Reptile Awareness Day. Happy National Pumpkin Cheese Day. Of course, being October, we cannot forget about pumpkins. Halloween is approaching us. Pumpkins are on the menu at Starbucks. The pumpkin spice, which is, I may add, disgusting. I don't know who in their right mind drinks pumpkin spice latte. I don't even know what a latte is, so I'm just talking shit. Happy National Cheesecake Day. Each year, October 21st, National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day ushers in the flavors of fall. Cheesecake is one of America's favorite desserts, and by adding pumpkin, we celebrate essentials flavoring of seasons. Hashtag Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. This sweet dessert mixes fresh, soft cheese, cream cheese, or cottage cheese, eggs, and sugar to create a base. The crust is made from crushed Graham's crackers, crushed cookies, pastry, or sponge cake. Pumpkins may be added to cheesecake recipes in various ways. For example, it may, Jesus Christ, be swirly throughout, mixed thoroughly with all ingredients or layers. Bakers prepare cheesecakes both baked or unbaked. Some bakers flavor cheesecakes and top them with fruit sauce, chocolate, or whipped cream. Hashtag Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. Of course, I will say just the cheesecake. Take away the pumpkin. Not a big fan of pumpkin, although I am a big fan of pumpkin, but not this North American way. I like the Central American way, which they make like a candy of the whole thing, even the skin, whatever you're gonna call it. Anyways, happy nationalities to every single one of you that celebrate the day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, I'd like to have a moment to thank my new friend Bobo Sylla. I hope I said that correctly. An athlete, an acrobat dancer, a circus performer. I bring to you, as mentioned previously, Bobo Sylla. We're going to learn about life in the circus. Although I don't think it's as I imagined it. As a kid, I used to think the circus was where they had all the freak shows and the people that wanted to be outcast from society went. But it turns out it's not that way. Because as with many things, we were fed the wrong connotations of things through cartoons that we believed. But what better way to find out the truth of a life of a circus performer than from a person who is themselves a circus performer? So without further ado, I bring to you my new friend, Bobo Sylla. Thank you for accepting to do this.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Hey, thank you. So I usually just start us off by letting you please tell us who you are, what you do, and if you have anything to plug, please do as well.
Well, my name is Mamadou Bobo Sylla, and but everybody call me Bobo. I'm from Guinea West Africa, and I work at the circus called Carden Circus. So I do the act called Wheel of Death.
Oh, nice. Carden Circus. You know what? I think most of us had, and I said it at the beginning of the episode before you even came on, that most of us as kids we had an image of circus performers to be freaks, right?
Yeah.
In whatever sense of the word you want to take, you want to see the word, but it is not. I've been paying attention to other people that do the performer circus, and these people are athletic than real professional athletes.
Yeah.
Like for example, what you do, I know a little bit what the wheel of death is, but that's just because from what I've seen videos and performances, right? I've never in my life, and I don't expect you to expect me that to have experienced any of that. I think that is wild. I cannot see myself performing those. Look, check this out. I have a lot of respect for people that can do backflips. I know I'm talking a lot, but give me a second. When I was in ninth grade, I learned to do a backflip. Like, just roll back, throw my hands on the floor, and then just throw my
Yeah.
feet. But
Yeah.
as I was getting older in 10th grade, I got a little cockier. I was like, I could do it without hands. Well, it turns out I couldn't.
But it take practice. So because I start flipping since West Africa.
Oh,
Because I'm from
okay.
Guinea. Yeah, I
Right.
start flipping since Africa. So you know, one day I was going to school, so I saw a guy who was flipping on the street. So I went to him. I was like, "Hey, like where you work at? I would like to join you one day and stuff like that." So it was like I gotta talk to my parents first because I was young that
Right.
time. So it was like I gotta talk to my parents first. So after school, I went back home, and I tell my dad because first my mom don't want me to do it. My mom
Oh,
want me
of
to
course.
stay in school. So I talked to my dad. I was like, hey, I want to join circuit and stuff like that. It was like first he didn't say no.
Right.
He didn't say no. He didn't say yes. But my mom automatically said no. You're not joining circuit. You're not gonna do it. You're gonna hurt yourself. But I think like my dad tell me like to call the guy so he can sit down with the guy so the guy can explain everything. So after
Mm.
that day, yeah,
So, so,
that's how I started doing circus.
so you only went with with your dad's word, like your dad's approval.
Yeah,
Well, of
because
course.
I know for a fact like my mom, my mom won't let me
Of
do it.
course. Of
I
course.
mean, still this day, my mom never saw me perform live.
What?
Yeah,
Is your mother still with us?
no. She's back home in Africa.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I
Yeah.
meant. Yeah. Oh, that's good to hear. And there's no way that you could go back home and like have a performance over there, and she could come see you.
I mean, I wish one day I can take my props there. It's just, or maybe bring her here
Either
just
or,
for her
yeah.
to see me at least one time. With my sister and brother and my dad and all of them. I
So
wish one day, but
yeah.
we see.
Hey, you still got a lot of time, so there's no rush,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
cool. So you're in the States by yourself. Your family is all in Nigeria. Is it you said?
Nah, I'm from Guinea. I'm not
Guinea.
from Nigeria.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Guinea.
Guinea. No, it's okay. I'm from Guinea, Conakry, West Africa.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just me.
Oh
My
wow.
brother came here 2017. He did 2 years. He went back home, but right now he's in Europe. He working too. He flip too. I mean, he don't
Oh.
do the wheel of death, but he is acrobat too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Still.
I just working with a circus called Carden show. So yeah, I'm here by myself. None of
Oh.
my family here. It's just me.
Wow, that's interesting. It. I'm used to just seeing people from Central America that are like that. They tell me the same story. Like, we left our family, we came here, and now we're just hustling over here by ourselves. But I think the way I feel like for you, it's got to be a little more harder because over here, it feels like a phone call is a lot easier to make to Central America than it would be to make to the other side of the world,
I
literally,
mean,
right?
yeah. I always call them on Facebook or WhatsApp. So that's how we communicate with my family.
Isn't it beautiful how that made it easier for people like you to communicate with their family?
Yes, yes.
It made it more affordable, right? Because I know how pricey it can get to be calling to Central America, like I said, because
Yeah.
I was born in El Salvador, moved here when I was 11. I've been here since then, and I feel like I'm more from here than I am from over there though, because I grew
Yeah.
up here.
I mean, it's
How
like
old
it's me too. Like I know a lot of things here than back home because I'm always here.
how old were you when you came to the States?
When I came to the state, I think I was like what 9 or 10.
Oh, young. How old are you
Yeah,
today, if you don't mind me asking that?
it's okay. I'm 23.
Oh, 23. Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
about 13, 14 years ago you came.
yeah,
Nice.
like 12, like probably like 12,
12.
But
Okay.
I went home. The last time I went hhome it was December 2018, and I came back.
Oh,
I did like 1 month, 3 weeks there, and I came back uh, January 24th, 2019.
when you went back for the first time after being in the States, how was it? How did you feel?
Man, I even have a picture of it. Like my dad, like in the airport, like still this day, I haven't posted that picture yet. I have video and pictures. When my dad saw me, like we look each other eye to eye, and he passed right next to me. Like he didn't even recognize me. Yeah, I swear to God. Yeah, I had to call him. I said, "Dad, is me," and then he cried, like tears all over there.
Wow,
It
that's
was,
amazing.
it was good, like because when I left there, I was young, and I
Yeah.
came back. I got beer, growing up and all that stuff. So it was
Wow.
fun.
Did
Yeah,
you come to the States just to do the acrobats or?
I came to the stage just to perform,
Yeah, oh,
to do
beautiful.
circus. Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, uh, people that brought me here. I don't know if you heard of it. They call it Universal Circus.
Universal Circus?
Yeah, Universal. They're the one who that brought me here.
Okay, I've never heard of
2000.
that. I never heard of that. But that's interesting. I love when there's an opportunity for somebody like you to to better themselves,
Yeah,
and you take the opportunity head on, and you're like succeeding in it, even though you're by yourself, but you know that there is a goal that you got to meet and that you set yourself,
yeah.
and you're here to
I mean,
accomplish it.
like it's like that. You see, you know, I got brother and sister. The young, they all look up to me. So I gotta like, I know, like I know where I came from. I
Right.
know the struggle. Like I know, I look how my family is. So when I came here, I'm not here to play. I'm here like I would take my job serious. Like I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing. So of course we all make mistakes. We're all
Of
human and
course.
stuff like that.
Of
So,
course. You got to have fun.
but my family, my sister, my brother, like every time I'm calling them, like on the phone, like that give me more energy, like
More fuel,
that give me more strength to push
motivation.
more.
Right, right. That's
Yeah,
amazing. So tell
yeah.
me, what is life as a circus performer? Like, are you always traveling, or what
I
is it
mean,
like?
well, first, circus is always good because every year, you have chance to meet different people from different country. Like
Right.
every year, like you're learning different culture from all around the world. Like I work with so many talent, like people from Brazil, Argentina, China, like Trinidad, Jamaica, like a lot
Wow.
of places, like So we always traveling. Usually like in a year we travel for like 10 months, and then we got 2 months break off, and then start back on again. So I've been doing that for almost what 11, 12 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been performing way before since I even got my. I, I like to say I got my shit together.
Yeah.
um,
I spent all my life in the circus, like
That's awesome. It's like you picked it up as a child and you're running with it, and I love seeing people who found their true passion as a kid, and then it just brought it on as an adult, and now you're having success with it. You might
Yeah.
not be where you want to be yet, but it's I don't think you're ever gonna get to where you want to be. I think you're just always gonna
Of
be
course,
work in
like So
progress.
hey, as long as you waking up every day and seeing another day, just thank God for that, and you
Of
working, taking
course,
care of your family. You don't
right.
need you don't need to have a million for you to be happy and stuff like that. You can still be happy with the money that you're making right now, as long as your family okay and you're okay and you love what you do. So that's it.
You know what? I've been thinking a lot about this lately because for the long before because I recently bought my house over here where I'm recording today, fortunately. And before the goal was to have the house, and once the house came, I didn't even realize that I had already accomplished that goal. And I was just like, I want to build a business. I got to build a business. I got to be more successful. I got to be more successful. More and more of this, more of that. I was just kept thinking that. But then recently, like the last month or a couple of weeks, maybe, I've been thinking, Jesus, I had this goals and I've already accomplished it. My kids are healthy. My relationship is healthy. I'm not missing anything. I got food in my refrigerator every day, so I'm not
Yeah.
struggling. I'm going through the motions, and I kept thinking, am I already where I wanted to be? But then I thought to myself, I don't want to go to work.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, it's always like that too because in my country, like I don't know about other people, but in my country, like in our circuit school, that's everybody like goal. Once you start working, once you start making some little of money, your first thing to do is build your parents a house.
Mhm.
That's everybody goal, like in
Right.
my country. So when I first got here, I did 2 years and I went back home. First thing, you know, I built my parents a house.
Wow. That's
And then when I
beautiful.
came back and I started working again, now I got my own, I got my own house now, so
Beautiful.
it's good.
Hey, it doesn't get any better than how it's going, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Wait, when was the first time you did like your performance, the Wheel of Death? When was the first time? How did you get in? How did you get into
Well,
that part of
I
the
start,
performance?
I start learn, I started learning Wheel of Death 2015 at the Soul
Okay.
Circus.
Okay.
Universal Circus, I started learning Wheel 2015. The guy that teach me, they call them Navas Brothers. They
Okay.
call them Navas Brothers. So, you know, I have to say, thank to Soul Circus, like, to give me that opportunity to work with those guys, because so those guys, they're the one who that teach me the Wheel of Death. So 2016, when Soul Circus gave me the opportunity to perform, so I started performing since 2016, Wheel of Death until now.
Wow. How do they
Yeah.
when you first? Because I'm pretty sure you already knew how to do backflips, flips in the air, and all that.
Of course, like all like flipping and stuff like that. I learned that since in Africa. Like I learned everything in
Oh,
Africa.
okay. But
Yeah.
what I was asking is like, what did it take for you to go from just flipping from the floor to flipping in the wheel that's turning?
Well,
How do you get trained for that? Do they tie you
well,
up to cables or something like that?
no. The thing is, I wanted to do it. I'm the guy who like to try everything. Even
Right.
back home, like because we have circus school, so
Oh.
I'm always like to like touch every stuff. So one day I just see the guy performing. I even tell my brother, I say, I would like to try this, but he saw a lot of people like fall without because we love that a lot of people fall, hurt themselves, like a lot of people
There's no safety net for
pass
that?
away, die and stuff like that. So he saw all that. So the
Okay.
first time he didn't want me to. He was like when I tell him about it, he was like nah. I'm not sure, like like it's dangerous and stuff like that. But you won't believe, like I went behind him and practiced without even like he didn't even know I was practicing. Like I was practicing for like 4 months before
Oh.
he found out I was practicing the Wheel of Death.
So by
And then when one day I was practicing inside the tent, and then he walked in. Like I was scared. Like, when he walked in, he saw me practice, but he didn't say anything. He just went there and sit down, watch me practice, and then after that, he talked to me, so I take it more serious, and then I went for it.
right. Well, he saw your drive. He saw that you were like willing to put yourself
Yeah,
out
it
there to
was like,
learn.
yeah, yeah.
That's all it takes for anything. Anything you do is just like, go ahead, get
I
out
think
there.
like if you like anything you want, is like if you put your mind to it, it's always gonna God always gonna you know open the door for you. Like always gonna be easier for you if you put your mind to it.
Of
Like
course.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm learning that as well now because for a good portion of my life, I'm 32 this year. I'll be 33 next year. But for the first, I want to say from when I was 18 to when I was about 25, it was just, I'm going to work, get a job. Hopefully, I'll get a better position, better pay, and life will be great. But I realized that no, it doesn't work that way. Just having a
Yeah.
regular job is not going to work. And,
Yeah.
I've found passion in learning how to edit videos, learning how to do audio. I'm not saying I'm the best at editing videos, but I've learned what I'm learning. I'm content with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've learned that it's not, life is not about just being there waiting for something to happen. You have to go out there and chase it. And
You gotta go chase it and you gotta go for it. Like if you want something, you gotta go get it. Like
of
it would
course,
it won't be easy, but you gotta go get it.
of course. So what, you as a circus acrobat, what is the hardest what is it called? Practice that
The
you could
act.
act, of course. What is the hardest act that you haven't gotten to yet and you're planning on to?
Ah, well, I did in the circus. I did so many act, in the circus. Because I used to ride horses too, so
Oh
I used to
wow!
be a horse rider.
You do
Yeah,
the flips on the horse too?
yeah. I used to like running
Oh,
and
that is so
jump, flipping
scary.
on top of the horses and all that stuff. Yeah, I used to do that. But after doing like so many act, I think like right now I can say like I'm good with the wheel right now. Like so
Okay,
because I love doing well. Like since the first time I saw Will in 2015, like and then when I practice and then do it, like now like I can be stressed. Like no matter what, like because sometimes we all got our personal issue and stuff like
of
that. We
course.
all, we all go through stuff. So like I feel like every time when I'm going through something and when I go on top of that wheel, like I forget everything.
You're
Like
in the moment.
yeah. So like I forget everything. Like it's just me and the wheel. Like whatever happened is there. Like I'll put everything behind me and then just focus on what I'm doing. So that's why I love doing the wheel. Like
Well,
I think that it helped me. Like it just helped me.
it helps you. Well, because I think, I don't know. This is just from looking outside, from the outside, I should say. I think what happens is that your brain knows that the most minimal distraction from what you're focused on, and it could be really, really dire, the
Yeah,
situation that you could get
because the wheel
into.
is like 30 feet high, so it's
So
it's
high.
dangerous.
It's so high up there. I
Yeah,
get scared.
yeah,
It's so scary. Hey,
of course.
I would think that the horse act would be the most scary because the horse has a mind of its own. It's not like the wheel that is gonna go only in one direction.
Of
That
course,
if
yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, the horse act is scary because like it's not just you. So now you gotta like try to work with the animal and stuff because like it's not human. Like human, like, of course, you guys can talk and communicate and stuff like that. Horses, of course, you guys can like they understand.
right.
They smart too. But I think yeah, horses is harder than the wheel. Of course.
That's what I would think because it not just harder but also scary because like I said, the horse got a mind of its own, and if it wants to go a different way, it won't matter how much training it's got because it's got a mind of its own.
Yeah.
That's what scares me the
I mean,
most.
all it takes is practice. Of course,
Of
it's gonna
course.
happen. Like, yeah, and it happened before, so yeah.
Yeah. You ever get close to like those tiger acts, or how do you feel about those tiger acts?
Nah, like,
That's scary.
yeah. I mean, of course, the soccer guys work before. They had Tiger before, but me and Tiger, nah. Like, I don't get close to Tiger. I mean, I don't go close to Tiger. Elephant, sometime. Elephant,
Okay.
sometime.
They're
Yeah,
they're more
those even
docile.
camel,
Elephants.
they're okay too.
Oh,
They're
okay.
nice. But eh, it's just horses.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
keep it at
wheel and then
horses.
horses.
Keep it
That's
at
it.
domestic animals, right? Not at wild animals.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary, but you know what? I see they like me, like when I see an act, I'm like, I could probably do that. I feel like I'm fairly athletic, but I'm not as nearly as athletic as you are. But sometimes we get in our heads that things are easier than what they look. And when
Of course, of
when
course.
some people see you perform, they're probably like, "Oh, that guy!
Yeah,
Look
they
at that
probably
guy!"
like, yeah, I can do that. It's easy. But it take a lot of practice because it take me. I mean, it take me 7 months practice for the Wheel of
7
Death.
months.
Yeah,
Wow,
7 months,
7 months
and
from.
that 7 months, like I was just walking outside, doing some jump rope. Like I wasn't jumping high, like I'm used to now. Like it was just, I got it, I got everything, but it take a lot of
Well,
practice.
it took a few years, not just
Of
months.
course, of course, of
Yeah, but
course.
hey, the more you do it, the better you get at it,
That's it.
and let's eliminate all those mistakes because hey, everybody wants to keep seeing you perform your craft because
Of course, yeah.
from the videos when I was watching you perform, I was like, "Whoa, this guy's nuts! I can't believe this guy."
Man, I mean, I hope you can see it live. It's different story.
Of course, of course. Anything
Yeah,
live is a different story because
of course, yeah,
you'll be feeding off of the energy from the public, and they'll be feeding off of your energy. If they feel
yeah.
you're fearful, the people will notice when you're fearful, right? Do they?
Of course, of
Yeah.
course, of
Yeah.
course.
Wow. So you also dance, right? Or is that part of the act?
It's just part of the act. So
Oh, okay,
I'm not a
okay.
good dancer.
Oh, hey, you perform it in front of people, so you must be
Of
doing
course, I mean,
great.
I can put some out there, but it's not. I'm not a dancer.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're doing a lot better than I am because I can't dance. I don't even take my wife out to dance because I can't dance.
Yeah.
So what is it like to be out of away from your country and performing over here for people, but there's those days obviously that you miss your family. How do you cope with that? With missing your family, like because I know they're far away from you.
I mean, yeah, I know. Like I said, I've been, my first year when I came, it was bad because I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came, I was young.
Wow,
So, and that was my first time being away from my family and stuff like that. So after all this year, you just gotta, train yourself, to be strong. I mean, it's not easy.
of
Yeah, of
course,
course, I came here young, and then you gotta stay here with no parents, with your mom not here, your dad not here. So you just have to train yourself. You just have to stay focused because no matter what, I still gonna see them regardless.
of course.
it doesn't matter how long I stay here, but I know I'm gonna see them.
That's
And
good.
then of course me calling them, seeing them on video, like everybody look happy, all that stuff. So that give me more strength to push more and stuff like that.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, it's
Just to
just
keep
I know it's,
going.
it's not easy though. It's not easy.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
I understand more or less because but my situation was a little bit more different because when I got to the states, my parents were here already. So I
Uh,
came to them, so it wasn't like I left them and I missed them.
yeah.
So that was the positive side for my situation. So that's why I'm like, I understand where you're coming from, but not fully because you were a little bit in reverse. You left them and I came to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is interesting that you a young kid, 9 years old, you decided I'm gonna go away from my family and just learn this craft and perfect it and be successful at it. Where do you mostly perform at most of the time? Like where's your
So
performance place?
right now I'm in Memphis. So we travel.
Oh,
We
that's
travel.
right. That's right. You did mention
We
that.
go places like Texas, like New York, DC. Like we just go all around the United States.
Just the United States or worldwide too?
No, just United States.
Oh, okay, okay, that's good. That's awesome. That's all.
Yeah.
Is it always? Do you have a different performance for like certain areas or certain parts of the country you do different, or is it all like based on the similarities of what you already set to do?
Yeah, I mean, like, so, like, the circuit, they always hire you, like, your act. So, like, everywhere I go, I just perform the Wheel of Death.
Are you like a
Because that's
gig
what they hire me
worker?
for.
Are you considered like a gig worker as a performer, or what are you considered?
Nah, this is like my job. Like, this is like, it's a job. Like, it's not like,
Oh, okay.
gig and stuff, like, because, like, we work for a whole year. It's not like you work for, like, let's say 2 months and then stay home for like 3 or 4 months. No, you're always busy, you're always working. Like, like, you will go on tour for 10 months, get sometime 11 months, take 1 month off, and then go back on tour again. And it's just so it's like a routine. It's just every year been doing it.
Mm. Now your routine, you do it with a partner, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Who works harder? Is it you or him?
We
No, I'm
we
just
both
kidding.
work harder because the thing is, you see, he like he's the one who control the wheel. So yeah, so he's pushing,
Ah.
like, of course I'm jumping and all that stuff, but he's the one who control because if he messed up, I can jump. Of course, that's the thing.
You know what? I hadn't even taken that into consideration. I thought it was just you moving the wheel, but I didn't
No, no,
even take
no,
your partner into consideration. How do you?
no. Like, of course, mine is harder to become outside. It's dangerous and stuff, but he got a control too. Like,
Right, he's got
so
to
like he's
make
the one
sure
who,
that
like,
you fall in that you are going with wherever you need to be, right? So
yeah,
so it's a contendum thing that you both are working. If he's doing it right, you're doing it right.
yeah,
So
yeah. If
if
the one messed up, the other one gonna feel it. If this one messed up, I'm always gonna feel it. So always like that. So we're gonna work together.
what's the closest you've been to disaster during the wheel of death?
Uh-huh. What do you say?
Oh, I say what's the worst? What's the closest you've been to disaster, to being like an accident happening to you?
Well,
I know you're a professional, and those are
I mean, yeah, of course, what it happened to me. I think it was 2017.
okay.
2017. So I work with different partners on the wheel. So one of the partner I was working with 2017. So it was good. Like, it was I was outside, tried
Hmm.
to jump, but
Okay.
he didn't he didn't stop the wheel for me. So the wheel keep going down. So I end up
Higher.
landing on the edge of the wheel. So I tried to grab the wheel, but it was too late. And then from there all the way to the ground, and I was black out. Like, I couldn't see
Oh
anything.
my goodness, that's scary.
Yeah.
Now, how long were now? Do you when accidents like that
I mean, it was
happen?
not that bad because, like, you fell and then they take you out. So, like, next day I came back again, and then you
Now,
know
okay, did you? How high were you when that you said
same
it's a
same height, same height.
30
Like,
feet
but
high,
I
right?
felt, I think probably I have to be, maybe I would say, like 15 or something like that, because the wheel was going down.
Oh, you were already coming halfway down then,
Yeah, I was
probably.
coming a little. Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. Oh wow,
yeah,
that's scary.
yeah.
And what makes it more scary is that you came back the next day, no break, no resting. You didn't hit your
Thank God,
head.
like, so.
You didn't hit your head on that accident.
I mean, inside, yeah, inside. Sometimes you hit your head inside.
No, I mean when you fell.
Of course, when I hit my head in the floor.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
that's scary.
But that's the thing too. Like, they always train you how to fall. Like, when they say, like, when something happen like that, they always train you how to fall and stuff like that. So
Right, but there's
they always
just to
come.
eliminate the amount of harm that you're gonna do to yourself just in case, right? Of course,
Yeah.
of course. I was gonna say
Yeah.
something else about that. Jesus Christ, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no. I didn't. I wasn't even taking into consideration the fact that you were working in tandem with somebody else, and that somebody else had to make sure that you're okay. Like you said, right now they missed it, and that's scary to know that. Who do you put the blame on that one, or you just take it as you personally? Like, this is just like a personal question. Do you take it personal, or do you just like it was an accident?
No, I just say it was an accident. Like, I don't like. sometimes when things happen, of course, I tell my partner like what it is, but like sometimes like I just say it's an accident, so let's talk about it and then fix it, and then that's it.
To eliminate it
Yeah,
from happening again. Yeah, you got to maintain
that's
that
it.
communication with your
Yeah.
partner. Yeah. Wow. That's scary. That's the closest. Now, oh, I was gonna. I remember what I was gonna ask. I was gonna. I but the wheel of death is not the one where they use the nets right under them, right? It's the ones where they're
Nah, nah,
swinging. Those
nah.
that's
That trapeze.
that's why
Yeah,
earlier I mentioned the net, and I was like, I wonder if that's
yeah,
what
that
they use.
trapeze. They call that trapeze.
Can you do that sort of stuff as well?
Ah, no, I never did that before.
Yeah, you're more like jumping and flipping, huh? Than hanging on from your arms. Yeah,
Yeah, more
those,
like jumping, flipping, like all that stuff. Yeah,
those people are wild.
yeah. I mean, they're good too. They're incredible.
Of course, they're
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
So what is the? Do you have any plans of doing like anything by yourself, or like setting up something yourself, or you just plan on keep working where you're at and just keep succeeding there?
Well, you know, I'm usually like I'm a private person. Like when I do stuff, like I always talk about it when it's done.
Oh,
Like
of
and
course.
stuff like that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, like back home, like like I'm doing something to help my like my community and stuff like
Oh,
that.
it's great.
Because of course, like for now I'm still young, so I think I still have more years to go with the
Oh
circus and
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
plenty.
so for now, like
Right now, just it is what it is, right?
for now, I would say like I was still I was still gonna be working with the circus for now.
Right, of course. And like you said, you're still young. You got plenty of time to plan ahead. So there's
Yeah.
nothing to rush. But you're doing amazing, man. You're doing an amazing job because
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like you're really successful at it. Because from the videos that I've seen, it's like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Like I said, like I'm not even. I won't even call myself like professional because I think like in my mind like I think like I still have a long way to go. Even with like the wheel of death and stuff like that. So it's coming. I'm getting there.
What about any heroes for like people that you look up to that do what you do?
I mean, I they got a lot of people that I look up to. Like they have the guy, like I said, the guy called Navas brother. They got the guy called Carlos Morales, Christian, and then one of the guy that inspired me the most. But he passed away. I'm so sorry.
May he
So,
rest in peace.
but yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a job. It's a performance that it's not well known, but when circus comes around, everybody knows it.
everybody know. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's interesting that you, as a young kid, got yourself into that world of the circus, which is like I said at the beginning. For most of us, it was taught, oh, that's where the freaks go. Oh, I'm gonna run away with the circus and just live my life in the circus. But it's nothing like that because all these people that perform in circus, they're literally athletes.
of
They're
course.
everybody's in shape, in better shape than any regular
Yeah,
person I've ever met. Not to
yeah.
mention the backflips. Jesus Christ! Like I told you earlier, I learned my lesson the hard way. I hit my head, but it's all right. Never tried it
You
again.
can still do it if you practice right.
Well, the thing is, I feel I know I can, but I feel like I'm a lot heavier now. I'm 220. I just got to get stronger legs, I guess. Maybe if I had
Yeah,
stronger legs. how
for sure.
how often do you work out, or you just
Well,
the
the thing
circus?
is it the will of that that's already workout. Because running inside, pushing and stuff like all that is leg work, body work, everything. But usually when like every morning when I wake up, I always do 20 push up, and I
Mm.
have my elastic, do that 20, and then do my morning thing, and then that's it. But every morning when I wake up, I always do 20 push up before I start doing anything.
Just to get the juices flowing, huh?
That's it. I don't go to the gym.
Well,
I don't do gym.
well, yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Your job is
I
your
don't go
gym.
gym. I just watch how I eat, like so. It's always like that.
Do you eat meat or are you vegan or
I eat
vegetarian?
meat, but not that much. I
Oh,
don't I don't
okay.
drink soda. Like any soft drink, I don't. Probably if I go in the party, of course I would drink soft drink. But like for me to go and buy it, like stuff like that, no, I don't do that.
You know what?
You know.
I did that for a good year and some, and oh my god, it makes a whole lot of world difference in your life.
Yeah.
But now I'm addicted again. The only thing I've managed to do again so far is like minimize the amount I consume. So which I went from drinking sodas just about every day. I switched it to sparkling water. I just
Uh,
I'm pretty sure sometime near the future there's going to be a commercial out there saying, "Well, if you drink this from sparkling water and you have cancer
oh,
now,
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
call this number," and I'm gonna be calling that number. But hopefully it's
Yeah.
not that. So I feel like I like to see it as I'm being healthier by drinking sparkling water, but in reality,
I mean,
no.
that's good. That's good.
I like to eliminate the syrup, I guess.
That's it.
Well, my friend Bobo Sylla, I hope I said that right.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you say it right.
I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for having me having this conversation with me and letting me learn a little bit more about what you do and what you're doing. And please, if you have anything to plug, go ahead and plug it again. Tell us who you are one more time. And thank
Like,
you.
yeah, my name is Bobo Sylla, but everybody call me Bobo. I'm from Guinea Conakry, West Africa, 224.
Awesome. And your Instagram,
My Instagram is Bobo Sylla.
awesome. And your
Yeah,
performance.
BOBOSYLLA.
Awesome. Thank you. Again, I'd like
Yeah,
to thank
well,
you.
thank
Thank
you
you for
guys for
giving me the
having me.
opportunity.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, to speak with you and stuff like that. So thank you.
Hey, brother, thank you for giving me the time for to have this conversation. Anytime you feel like you want to shoot the shit again and have a conversation, it doesn't have to be about what we talked about today. I just wanted to know a little bit more about what you did because what you do, it's amazing. I enjoy everything that I am not capable of doing. I think people who do it are amazing, and you being able to do all those crazy flips and interesting things that take place when you're performing. It's like, thank you for bringing
Yeah,
joy to the
thank
world.
you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the life of a circus performer, it was brought on to us by a new friend that we made from the circus, my friend Bobo Sylla. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have this wonderful conversation with you. And please stay safe. And as all of you, enjoy your weekend. And this is R2 Cents with your host, Oscar. Thank you. Subscribe.